This week on TGC News, Taurus goes full-size, Zev goes compact, Henry ensmoothenates the bore, and caliber data from the ATF. With sites like Shopify and other e-commerce companies going full-on anti-gun, there has to be an alternative, right? Well, guess what? Make Ready Arms is your solution, offering turnkey all-in-one e-commerce solutions for everyone from huge established brands to folks that just want to make a little bit of side cash. They have customizable templates for everyone and even offer distributor integration for drop shipping. The entire thing from top to bottom is gun-friendly, from website to hosting to credit card processing, all of it. Whether you want to have your own physical inventory or pull down from the top distributors out there, you can do it all. Now, normally you could do a 15-day free trial, but if you use my code TGC30, you get a full month for free when you get set up over at MakeReadyArmss.com. Welcome back to another episode of TGC News, the only gun news show that covers things you actually care about. My name is Jon Patton. Let's jump right into the news. First up this week, a company best known for cheap and sometimes reliable handguns has released a new one. Taurus is a company with which I have a checkered past. I've seen a bunch of them fail over the years. I mean, heck, I even saw one of their revolvers fire the barrel downrange. So I've sort of written them off. However, in recent months, I've been hearing a lot of positive things about the G3’s, which is a small concealed carry gun from them, and I thought to myself, well, maybe they've got their crap together. And it seems the new G3 pistol might continue that trend. The G3 is sort of a big brother to the G3’s and has a lot of the same features. However, this one is a full-size gun. It has a 4-inch barrel, comes with one 15-round mag and one 17-round mag. It has some textured panels all around the grip. It has a manual safety on the driver's side, and then it also has the standard striker-fired trigger dingus thing in the middle that we've all come to know. Their striker system intrigues me, though. Instead of the normal once-and-done approach, like most guns, they've built in restrike capability. So in theory, if a round doesn't go off, you could pull the trigger again to potentially make that happen. However, I'm not really sure that I would recommend taking that option over racking the gun and getting that round out of there through, tap rack maneuvers. Up under the front of the gun, you have a standard Picatinny rail. The slide itself has front and rear serrations, and it's carrying 3-dot white sights. And here's the part that makes this gun truly matter. The MSRP is $345.23. Which means when you see it on dealer shelves, it will likely be closer to $300. If the gun is reliable and actually good, that's really, really solid value for money. I'm still skeptical that it'll hold up over time, but I am trying to get my hands on one so that we can test it for ourselves right here on TGC. That being said, I want to know what you guys think. Do you trust Taurus to make a reliable full-size striker-fired 9, or is it all just promo hype and mirrors? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Henry Repeating Arms is a brand that focuses largely on classics. They stick to what they know for the most part, but every once in a while you'll see something from them pop up that's really neat. Say hello to the garden gun. It's a smoothbore 22 caliber shotgun designed specifically for those tiny little 22 long rifle shot shell things. Apparently this concept came about back in the early 1900s, but somewhere along the line it died off. Henry figured it was time now to bring out a new version 100 years later. While on the surface it looks very similar to their 22 long rifle gun, the H001. I don't know why they haven't given it a different name. It's slightly different. Instead of walnut furniture, this shotgun version has sort of stained ash wood setup, and of course, it doesn't come with rifling. I actually think the ash looks better than the walnut. The idea here is that folks with, lots of property or some kind of varmint or bird problems can now be more effective with the mini CCI shot shells, or as hill person Johnny calls it, rat shot. The gun holds 15 rounds of the little shot shells and comes with an 18.5-inch barrel, hooded front sight, adjustable rear sight, and a blued finish. The price to own one of these, $421 MSRP. I think it'll be really neat to see how these perform, considering a normal gun with rifling will like open up those shot groupings considerably versus a smoothbore gun. I mean, really, it's just mind-blowing how different they are. Let's hit a couple more stories, shall we? ZevTech has announced a new variant of their OZ9 pistol called the OZ9 Compact. Long story short, it's a mid-size gun reminiscent of the Glock 19, but with generally better everything and a price tag to match. The MSRP on the OZ9C is $1,679. We actually have a full-size OZ9 in for testing, so we will hopefully be grabbing that compact grip module and putting it all together so we can give you guys some thoughts on that pretty soon. Also in the news this week, the ATF has released some data, specifically data on guns manufactured in 2018. According to this report, in total, there were 8,669,259 firearms. Whew. That's a big number, manufactured in 2018. Of that number, there were just over 500,000 shotguns, 2.8 million rifles, almost 600,000 revolvers, and just shy of 3.7 million pistols produced. That is bonkers. Now, here's the biggest thing. Over 2 million of the pistols produced in 2018 were chambered in 9mm. That really puts things into perspective when it comes to popularity of that cartridge. Oddly enough, according to this chart, there were also over 500,000 made in 50 cal, which seems weird to me since I highly doubt that many Desert Eagles are being sold, and maybe it's something else like 45 ACP being lumped into that category. I don't know. Either way, it's cool to see the breakdown. In revolvers, 22 is king. 357 Magnum, which my guess would have been the top, came in third to 38 Specials, second place. We've included a link in the description so you guys can go check out the report for yourself. It's very cool to see how things are working out. For reference, the difference between 2017 and 2018 numbers is about 300,000 guns in favor of 2018. Have you ever tried to put a gun together with this, or these, or maybe this, or maybe even this? Maybe it's time to consider getting some schooling from Sonoran Desert Institute. SDI offers courses from some of the best and brightest the gun industry has to offer. From gunsmithing to reloading to full-on associate's degrees in firearms technology, you can learn all of that from the comfort of your own home. To learn more, head over to sdi.edu. And now, as you guys continue to request, Pattons Armory. This is a segment where I grab one of my personal guns and tell you guys about it. This right here is my Henry 22 long rifle. It has an octagonal barrel, a really nice wood stock set, and this really cool high-polished receiver. If you guys can maybe see, it says 1,000 man shoot on the side of the receiver. This was actually given to me as part of my attendance at the 1,000-man shoot. We did a bunch of video coverage and social media coverage on that, and part of that agreement was that I got to keep one of these sweet rifles. This is actually, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the actual one that I fired on the firing line, and you can't go buy one of these. It is very rare, very limited. Obviously, there are 1,000 of them. I think it's a little over 1,000, but it's still very, very cool to me. I don't have anything like this. It's very nice. It's only got literally a couple rounds through it, and it's just a beautiful gun. And I thought since we covered Henry earlier, this might be a fitting gun to show you guys.
Now I'm getting emotional. I'm a little verklempt. Talk amongst yourselves.
If you enjoyed this little look at my guns and want to see more, let me know in the comments. It's now time for Friendly Fire, the segment where I answer your questions from all over the interwebs. This time, our questions are coming from our Facebook page. If you are on Facebook and you haven't liked the page yet, change that. First up, Bennett Foster wants to know the best way to get into reloading. Well, it all depends on your budget. You have to decide what you want to reload, like what caliber and that sort of thing, and how fast you want to go while you're doing it, and kind of judge your own abilities and what you're capable of, what you're comfortable with. I often suggest a turret press because that's a good combo between going slow, paying attention, etc., and being able to ramp up as you get more comfortable with things. Gavin Gear of Ultimate Reloader has some really good videos that helped me a ton when I first got into it. You can go find his YouTube channel, just Ultimate Reloader or Gavin Tube or Gavin Gear. I'm sure you guys have seen it already. It's great. Dan Lieber says, can we shoot the Hurricane to push it away? No, you cannot. Although that makes me curious to know how much a rifle bullet would deflect in hurricane force winds. Do not test that in the actual hurricane. Don't do that. And rounding us out, Daniel Scalf says, can we just get this next American Revolution started already? Dude, listen. This comes up all the time. When can we start the Boogaloo? When is it time? When are we going to do this? Etc., etc., etc. Guys, listen. That's a serious thing. The United States descending into actual war between the government and the citizens is gonna be a bad time.
You French fry when you pizza, you're gonna have a bad time.
People are going to die if that happens. A lot of people. It would completely ruin our nation. It would send us into absolute chaos. I hear people talking about this all the time, but they don't really seem to consider the consequences of it. The guy who asked this question has a picture of his kid on Facebook. Do you really want that kid to grow up during a war? No, you don't. You don't want that. Our community needs to knock off this tactical Timmy bull and find ways to fix our situation without the loss of life. I understand that the tree of liberty needs to be refreshed from time to time, but that is an absolute last-ditch thing, guys. Seriously, this is real. War on U.S. soil is a bad thing. My friendly fire question to you guys this week: how many calibers do you have? How many do you think everyone should have? Currently, I'm rocking about 23 different calibers. I'm sort of a unique case, but sound off in the comments below, and if you want to ask a friendly fire question, send that to me on theguncollective.com. And that is it for this week's show, guys. If you disliked it, hit that button. If you liked it, hit like, get subscribed, and consider supporting us via the links in the video description. We have a new merch store over at Ballistic Inc. We also have a second channel called TGC Surplus. And as always, thank you all for watching. We'll see you soon. Yep, it's over, but don't worry, you can click on the video up top to watch last week's show, and the one below that is the one that YouTube thinks you'll enjoy. Check them out and let me know what you think.